Dodge is one of the best American car brands, and Bravado is the GTA version of it. There are 30 Dodge vehicles in GTA 5, some under Bravado and others outside it. Let's check them all out. Let's start with the Buffalo lineup, which represents the Dodge Charger in real life. There are 7 cars in the lineup, and the base model is the OG Bravado Buffalo. It's in the sports class, even though Dodge Chargers are muscle cars. The Buffalo was removed from the website, but can still steal it off the street, and it's primarily based on the 6th generation Dodge Charger, with headlights inspired by the 2008 Ford Mustang Shelby GT500, and taillights inspired by the 1999 Toyota Crown Majesta. And it's also confirmed for GTA 6. There are 2 emergency vehicles built on the Buffalo in the game. The first is the Buffalo Police Cruiser, which is only available in single-player mode. It's based on the 6th generation Dodge Charger police package and is also confirmed for GTA 6. The second is the FIB Buffalo, which is also based on the Dodge Charger police package. Next up, we have the Buffalo S. It's Franklin's personal vehicle in single-player mode, and it's the modern version of the Buffalo. It has slightly better performance than the standard version, and is available for purchase at $96,000. Design-wise, it looks much closer to the Buffalo, with noticeable differences in the hood and taillight design. The Buffalo S is primarily based on the 7th generation Dodge Charger SRT8. However, the greenhouse area with the rear fender remains unchanged from the standard Buffalo, which is inspired by the 2006 Dodge Charger, and also the taillights are inspired by the Acura NSX concept. There's also a racing version of the Buffalo S called the Sprunk Buffalo. It has the same design as the Buffalo S, but comes with a livery and slightly better performance. Next, we have the Buffalo STX. It's the modern version of the Buffalo, and it's the Franklin's new personal vehicle. However, it's not in the sports class. Rockstar has placed it in the muscle class instead. It's a good-looking car that comes with Imani Tech upgrades, bulletproof windows, and armor plating. Design-wise, it's primarily based on the 2015 Dodge Charger facelift, and the headlights are inspired by the 2015 Audi Q3, the taillights by the 2013 Dodge Viper, and the side vents by the 2014 BMW M4. Buffalo STX-based police vehicle is confirmed for GTA 6, and it's based on the Dodge Charger used by the Miami-Dade Police Department. In the next spot, we have the Buffalo EVX. It's the next-gen Buffalo and an electric vehicle, however it remains in the muscle class. This car also features Imani Tech and armor plating upgrades, and it also has HSW upgrades. With that, it becomes the 3rd fastest muscle car in the game, and it's based on the Dodge Charger Daytona SRT concept. Next up, we have the Imponte Dukes. It's an OG muscle car that you can buy for $62,000 or steal from the street for free. It's primarily based on the 2nd generation Dodge Charger, and its body design draws significant inspiration from the 1969 Pontiac GTO. The grille is inspired by the 1968 Pontiac Le Mans. That's why Rockstar has placed it under Imponte instead of Bravado, and its name Duke is a reference to the General Lee from the Dukes of Hazzard series. We also have the Beater Dukes, which is the same car but costs $378,000. The difference between the two is that the Beater Dukes has a damaged body, and it's a reference to the over 300 Dodge Chargers destroyed during the making of the Dukes of Hazzard's 7 seasons. And there's also another variant called the Duke O-Death. It's an armored car that can survive up to 8 homing missiles, but doesn't have bulletproof windows. However, it does feature armor reinforcement on the windows, and you can buy it for just under $300,000. Let's move on to the Banshee, which is the Dodge Viper in real life. First up, we have the OG Bravado Banshee. It's a sports car you can buy for just over $100,000, and it's one of my favorite street cars in the game. This car has HSW upgrades. With that, it becomes one of the fastest sports cars in the game. As for the design, it's primarily based on the 2nd generation Dodge Viper, with the front bumper inspired by the 2005 Honda S2000. Headlights influenced by aftermarket headlights used for the Mazda RX-7, and taillights taken from the Aston Martin DB9. And the Banshee is also confirmed for GTA 6. It also has a Benny's version called Banshee 900R. It's the wide-body variant of the standard car, and with this upgrade, it gets upgraded to the super class from the sports class, and the Benny's upgrade costs $565,000. Next up, we have the Banshee GTS. It's also a sports car that you can buy for just under $2 million. It's a fast and good-looking car that can be equipped with HSW upgrades. With those upgrades, it becomes the 3rd fastest sports car in the game and has highest top speed in the class, and it can also be fitted with a missile lock-on jammer. As for the design, it's primarily based on the 5th generation Dodge Viper. However, the stock car comes with the Viper ACR Aero Pack, but there are modifications available to convert it into the GTS version. Let's check out the Gauntlet lineup. It represents the Dodge Challenger in real life, and we've got 7 cars in it. First, we have the OG Bravado Gauntlet. It's a muscle car and another removed car from the website, but you can just steal it off the street. And it's primarily based on the 2006 Dodge Challenger concept, with a taillights design and grille inspired by the 2011 Chevy Camaro. It also has a racing variant called the Redwood Gauntlet, and design-wise, there's no difference other than the livery, but it's faster and has a different exhaust note compared to the standard version. Next up, we have the Gauntlet Hellfire, and it's one of my favorite muscle cars in the game. The Hellfire is one of the best looking cars, with a beautiful idle sound, and it's available to purchase for $745,000. This car is confirmed for GTA 6, and is primarily based on the 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. Its hood seems to be inspired by the 2017 Chevy Camaro ZL1, the taillights by the 2011 Camaro, the rear diffuser by the 2017 Ford Mustang, and the name Hellfire is taken from the Dodge Challenger Hellcat line. There's also a police variant of the Hellfire called the Gauntlet Interceptor. It's one of the best cop cars available in GTA Online, and it's also confirmed for GTA 6. You can buy it for just over $4 million, and I've uploaded a video featuring all police cars in GTA 5. If you're interested, I'll put the link to that video in the description. Next up, we have the Gauntlet Classic. As the name suggests, it's the classic version of the Gauntlet, and it also belongs to the muscle class. You can buy it for just over $460,000, and it's primarily based on the first generation Dodge Challenger, with the side profile mostly influenced by the 1970 Plymouth Barracuda and the taillights by the 1970 Ford Torino. Here we have the Gauntlet Classic Custom, which is Benny's version of the Gauntlet Classic, and the conversion costs $815,000. However, there isn't much difference between the two, apart from the pointed front bumper. That said, the custom variant offers far more customization options, and is also a lot faster. It's based on the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona, but honestly, I think Rockstar should have given the Duke a custom variant instead. In the next spot, we have the Hot Ring Hellfire. Hot Ring is GTA's version of NASCAR, and there are only 3 of them available in the game. This one is priced at just over $1,800,000, and is based on the Dodge Challenger SRT TA2. Moving on to the next spot, we have the Bravado Grizzly. It's an OG SUV that you can simply steal off the street, and it's primarily based on the 3rd generation Dodge Durango, with taillights inspired by the 2008 BMW X6. Next up, we have the Bravado Dorado. It's another SUV, and you can buy it for $1,375,000. It's primarily based on the 1st generation Dodge Durango, so obviously it's the classic version of the Grizzly. However, for some reason, Rockstar didn't include it in the Grizzly lineup, and instead made it a completely separate car. There's also a police variant of the Dorado called the Dorado Cruiser. It's a good vehicle with decent handling and speed. You can buy it for just over $3.7 million. And it's based on the Dodge Durango Police SUV. In the next spot, we have the Bravado Greenwood. It's a muscle car, and it can be equipped with Imani Tech upgrades, along with armor plating, and it can be purchased for just over $1 million. Design-wise, it's primarily based on the 4th generation Dodge Monaco, with taillights inspired by the 1971 Chrysler New Yorker. This car also has a police variant called the Greenwood Cruiser. It's a fast car, but the handling is a bit challenging due to oversteer. You can buy it for just over $3.6 million, and it's based on the Dodge Monaco police car. Moving on to the next spot, we have the D-Class Tampa. It's another muscle car, and can be purchased for $375,000. It's primarily based on the 1970 Dodge Dart Demon, but it's actually a mix of various Mustang models and the Dodge Dart. Next up, we have the Bravado Bison. It's a pickup truck, but since GTA 5 doesn't have a pickup class, Rockstar placed it in the van class instead. The Bison is confirmed to be in GTA 6, and it's primarily based on the 4th generation Dodge Ram, with headlights inspired by the 2014 Chevrolet Silverado. In the next spot, we have the Bravado Dune Loader. It's an off-road vehicle, and the only way to acquire it is by stealing it off the street. And the Dune Loader is primarily based on the Dodge Power Wagon. Next, we have the Rat Loader. It's in the muscle class, and it's primarily based on a flatbed-swapped 1946 Dodge WC half-ton truck. Here we have the Rat Truck, and it's the clean and hot rod modified version of the Rat Loader. You can buy it for just under $40,000, and it's inspired by a hot rod modified Dodge half-ton pickup truck. You can also upgrade it into an arena war vehicle, known as the Sasquatch. And there are 3 variants: Apocalypse Sasquatch, Future Shock Sasquatch, and Nightmare Sasquatch. The Apocalypse Sasquatch is specifically based on Bigfoot from Mad Max Fury Road, and it's a highly modified 1940 Dodge Fargo truck. Next up, we have the Bravado Yuga. It's a van, and it's primarily based on the 3rd generation Dodge Ram van, with a grille and headlights inspired by the 1996 Chevy Express. There are also 4 other Bravado vans in the game: the Rumpo, Rumpo Custom, Yuga Classic, and Yuga Classic 4x4. However, these are not based on Dodge vehicles. The Dodge Ram 3500 dually truck, 2nd generation Ram pickup truck, 5th generation Dodge Grand Caravan, and 1st generation Dodge Dakota convertible are already confirmed for GTA 6. I did a complete breakdown of all the visible cars in the GTA 6 trailer, and will include the link to that video in the description. Let's talk about all the great Dodge vehicles we'd love to see in the future. First of all, a proper 1969 Dodge Charger under the Bravado brand, and a Benny's upgrade based on the 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona would be a fantastic addition. Cars inspired by either the 1969 or 1970 Dodge Super Bee, Dodge Neon SRT4, Dodge Magnum SRT8, Shelby Charger GLHS, Dodge Ram SRT10, Dodge Ram TRX, Dodge Stealth RT Turbo, Dodge Charger Widebody, Dodge Durango SRT, and Challenger Hellcat would also be incredible. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to check out my video on all Ferrari cars in GTA Online. Don't forget to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more content like this. See you in the next one.